get to the halfway point here in the Evergreen 200. Dylan Kwasniewski is the leader. But the story is Greg Pursley, who's made his way from the back to the top 5, and he is now with Derek.
Greg Pursley cut a tire in the early stages of this race. Greg, you come back up through the field. You don't look worried at all.
No, we got a pretty good car right now. Unfortunately, we cut a tire somehow. We got lucky and had a yellow there, but we'll come in here, put tires on at the brake, and work on a little bit and see if we can get back to the front.
Well, the way he's running, I don't think that it won't be long before he gets to the front. Phil, let's take a look at what happened to him today.
Yeah, that was a flat tire. There was a puncture mark right there. Fortunately, as Greg said, the caution was out when that happened. Here he is making his way back towards the front. There's getting by the 21 of Michael Self for position.
He really flew right up the field, but he's going to have to deal with his teammate, Dylan Kwasniewski, and Derek's caught up with him.
Dylan Kwasniewski is your leader at the halfway point. Dylan, the car looks real fast, but are you nervous about your teammate?
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate about my teammate. I think he's quick enough to get back up there and maybe have a chance to run with me again. But we're in a good position. I couldn't ask for a better car, and hopefully once we slap the new tires on, we'll just pull away again.
Well, the youngster will be a factor, but you look at the top 10, and Eric Holmes, I think he might be a guy that could make it to the front.
Yeah, certainly no slouch, and you know that he knows how to save his equipment. He's used to running these kind of races.
And as you saw, Greg Pursley had made his way into the 5th position. We're ready for the second half of the Evergreen 200 from here at Evergreen Speedway. We will have it when we come back. Everybody has had a chance to make adjustments, get new tires, ready to go with the second half of the Evergreen 200. Green is out, and the youngster Kwasniewski takes the lead.
Eric Holmes is trying to battle from his outside front row starting spot here. He is able to get in front of Fraser to move into the 2nd spot.
Great battle here for 3rd place. Fraser side by side with Moses Smith, and Smith is going to take the position.
Nice move by Moses Smith. Now how about Pursley getting underneath Fraser, and now underneath Thompson, passing both cars.
That's a rocket. Greg Pursley's driving.
You really want to get the good out of the tires when they're new. You don't want to abuse them, but when they're new, they're going to be as good as they're ever going to get. You want to try to make some time when you can.
Up front, Dylan Kwasniewski, as we said, has a great car. There's Fraser. Luis Martinez down on the inside. He's had a decent race here, battling for 7th place. Martinez, another guy who could really use a good run.
Sure could. There's Daryl Haar joining this battle. Good run so far early for Daryl Haar.
Daryl Haar out of Canada. His dad, Carl Haar, also in the field here.
Underneath the 46 of Berkshire.
Some good, hard racing back in the pack. And you just got to hope if you're a Daryl Haar or Fraser or Luis Martinez, you're not using up those tires too much. Look at this. Battle for 2nd place. How about Greg Pursley, folks?
I'm telling you, Greg Pursley did not waste any time getting back up to the 2nd spot. And those are some awfully good cars that he was able to pass.
A flat tire. He had to go to the rear of the field. And here he has made his way into 2nd place and sets his sights on his teammate, Dylan Kwasniewski.
Teammates right behind Greg Pursley. Eric Holmes in the 20 car in 3rd, and then Moses Smith, the 16 car in 4th.
You know, Phil, I don't think it's going to be long before Pursley catches up with Kwasniewski.
I think right now he's got the 2nd spot. He sees his teammate and leader in front of him. He knows there's an awfully long way to go. If you can do it easily, fine. If not, don't abuse your equipment.
Yeah, you got to believe we're going to have at least one caution before this race is over, which would give him a chance to start alongside of him.
And he's going to be restarting on the outside, which is a pretty tough go here at Evergreen. Brett Thompson pulls up to the back bumper of Moses Smith, trying to look to the inside in a battle for 4th.
So far, the guys who have dominated the season are the guys who are out front. Last year's champion, Eric Holmes, running 3rd.
Moses Smith, our runner-up, coming in here in points. Right now, right behind his teammate in 4th. There's Brett Thompson in 5th. Michael Self right now running in 6th.
All those guys have strong cars. All of those veterans of this series.
And we don't know how much they may be saving for the end of this race as well. Greg Pursley now is able to pull out in front of Eric Holmes and put about 6-7 car lengths on him.
You know, Phil, there is a man who has been involved in this series for a long, long time. Big name up here in the Northwest who is sorely missed. With more on that, here's Derek.
And this weekend, all the drivers had tribute stickers to Gib Repass, and he held a special place in everyone's heart in this series. He worked for NASCAR from 1986 until 2006. He was the Northwest Tour Director for 15 years. He was also the Technical Director for the K&N Pro Series. He also served as the Northwest Director for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series through 2006. He passed away in December. He touched a lot of the lives of the folks in this garage area, and it's at this time that we remember all of the accomplishments of Gib Repass.
Yeah, that certainly was, Derek. And I know, people like Ron Hornaday and Kevin Harvick and all the guys that came through the West Series have fond memories of Gib Repass.
And, you think of a guy like Chad Little. This was his home track. He ran so much in the Northwest.
Yeah, certainly did. Chad, a former winner here. You look at the list of winners at this racetrack and the 50-odd races that we've had here. How about Jack McCoy and Ray Elder and Chad Little, Brendan Gaughan, Jeff Bodine, Bill Elliott, Chuck Bound, Derek Cope, Daytona 5 winner Derek Cope. A lot of guys have had some success here at this racetrack.
Been a very popular track, and like I said, there are a lot of NASCAR fans up here in the Pacific Northwest, and they love when they get a chance to see one of these touring series.
Such a great facility here for this series, and these guys put on a great show. Right now, it's a 16-year-old Dylan Kwasniewski putting on a great show.
Hey, how about that? I believe before this season is over, he is going to win a race. My prediction right now.
And it may be today.
It really might.
But Greg Pursley, I think, is going to have something to say about that. We know Greg is back in contention now, overcome the flat tire, back in second, within shouting distance.
You see Jack Sellers getting past there a moment ago. Boy, he's had some troubles today. I think he's on his third motor of the day, but he never gives up. In his mid-60s, been around for a long time, and he's going to get out of that racetrack if he possibly can.
It just doesn't feel right when you come to a West race and you don't see Jack Sellers.
Still out here giving it a battle. The battle for fourth place. Moses Smith second in the points, as we've told you. Boy, he'd love to get a win for Bill McAnally. Says he's got the opportunity, the best opportunity in his life, driving for BMR.
Brett Thompson now slowing on the racetrack. Travis Milburn is around over in 3 and 4 in the 14 car.
Yeah, it looked like he did get into the wall a little bit. I think he's going to be able to refire that car.
A little bit of damage to the left rear corner of the 14 car.
We are under caution. Teammates now 1 and 2, Kwasniewski and Pursley.